I'm on his body like I was a sis.
Hey guys, hey, I'm Chris, and let's fix a few pages of my sketchbook. A few months ago, back in 2024, I started this huge sketchbook.
Wow.
Awesome, right? It's not awesome. Well, it is. Let me explain. The problem is that I started this sketchbook during my first semester in college, and sadly, my silly self decided that taking 18 credit hours for my first semester would be cute. Spoiler, it wasn't. It was actually very terrible, and I highly would not recommend it. Anyways, one of the many classes I was taking was a lecture style class, and instead of paying attention and actually learning something, I instead used the 3 to 4 hours to create masterpieces in my sketchbook.
Chris, that's not very outstanding student of you. You're supposed to tell us that she took notes and gave your full undivided attention during that 5-
Well, no, I didn't. In fact, I only paid attention when they were starting to go over our assignments and homework. Play the system, guys.
Disclaimer, Chris does not mean this. She said this for comedic purposes. But also half of what she is saying is true to some effect. Either way, pay attention in class and get your grades. Your education is important, so do everything in your power to graduate and get your degrees.
So you don't have to go back to that godforsaken—
I had to neglect my sketchbook for a while, and it definitely showed. But fear not, because today we are gonna fix that. Before we fix anything though, let's assess my unfinished pages.
Girl, what the
Alright, that was a bit dramatic. As you can see, these are the very few pages in my sketchbook that need a little bit of help. We have an unfinished astral drawing, a lonely knight and his steed surrounded by the blankness of the pages, and some random bald guy accompanied by a really cool dude. For this episode, I think we should just focus on 2 pages, and I choose these. Alrighty, the first pages of the day. So my plan going into this series is to basically create more finished looking pages in my sketchbook. If you're curious on what book I use to draw in, don't fret because I have absolutely no idea. All I know is I bought this from the school store. The pages are the pages aren't that good, but it gets the job done and that's all that matters. And if you're curious on what supplies I use, it'll all be in the description because I use a lot of different things. Not for this illustration, but just in general, I use a lot of different materials in my sketchbook. Anyways, since I'm currently filling in a background around Astral and Kaleido, why not talk a little bit about them? Last video, I didn't really talk much about who my original characters are, so that's what we're gonna do today. Canon Kaleido. Yes, there are 2 different versions of her. Well, I guess 3. We'll just stick to 2 for now. The first version of her is Kaleido, my channel mascot. This Kaleido doesn't have any lore or anything about her. She's just a representation of me, Chris, and what I create as an artist. Then we have Canon Kaleido, the character Kaleido specifically. This Kaleido is part of a soon-to-be, hopefully, if I can get my stuff together, Lord, a comic called Kaleido and Astral, aka Corrupted, if I change the name to Corrupted or stick to what I initially wrote down, but I don't know. In this series, Kaleido is a teen girl who attends a private high school. In attendance, she's part of a program called the Selected Artisans. This program is basically for artistic students who want to make a career out of their skill. This field of study is competitive and rigorous, but holds the title of being able to produce the most elite, artistically inclined students in the country. In her school, she's known as the art girl. She has won many awards for her work and has been recognized by the school district and town officials. She's a hard worker, intelligent, and an upstanding young lady. She's good at what she does, and she's the ideal perfect student. And that's all I got for Kaleido. For now, at least. Now, let's wrap up this page and talk about my personal favorite character, Astral. I was feeling a little bit painterly that day, so I decided to create a gouache painting of Astral, with a few added touches, of course. Alright, let's transition into Astral's character overview. My favorite OC! Okay, he's not my favorite. I equally love my characters, to some degree. Anyways, Astral. In the series Astral and Kaleido, aka Corrupted or whatever, Astral is a teen phantom boy born from the stars. He spends most of his time, if not all of his time, in the reality world fighting off and sending off these nasty beasts called Corrupted back to the fantasy world. And I may or may not explain what the fantasy world is later, but I don't know, I might save it for another time, we'll see. Him being a phantom means people can't see him unless he directly interacts with them or something around them. If people do interact with him, shortly after they'll forget about his existence. Except for Kaleido, of course, because, you know, plot and story. Fun fact, Astral is actually the first ever original character I've ever made. I made him back in, I think, freshman year of high school, you know, during COVID. And I was like, man, everybody has these original characters and OCs, I want one too. So I made Astral. And God, he looks nothing like how he looked back then. He honestly did a 180. Actually, he didn't do a 180. He just got less fashionable. Also, I just wanted to say, sorry for the extreme jumps in time. My phone didn't record half of my process, and I really did not want to scrap this video, since I liked the results of both pages. Just bear with me for now as I get used to recording IRL drawing. I promise it'll be better next time.
I didn't film a single part of that. It's okay. It's alright.
Yep, that's Astral and Kaleido. To give you a little bit of perspective, let's just say the dynamic between them is a strong duo that can't seem to get along ever. Kaleido's the intelligent, goal-oriented girl boss, and she's paired with Astral, who wants to have fun and look cool doing it. But their individuality teaches them a lot of different lessons. Wow, look at this gouache painting. I truly outdid myself with this one. Now I'm gonna cut his face off. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just cutting him out of the paper, and then I'm gonna glue him into my sketchbook for the final touches. I guess I should wrap this up to some degree. If you guys like this sort of video, please let me know. I'm just trying to try some new stuff out, and I don't know if it's working or if it's like entertaining. Yeah, just let me know. Also, let me know if you want to know more about my characters, because I can make a whole video on that. I can make a whole TED Talk documentary on that. Not that I will, but you know, it's an option. If you guys would want that, just let me know. Enough yapping, rapping, and chatting. Let's wrap this video. Not the video. Let's wrap this drawing up. I'm just gonna shut up. Like, I'm just gonna shut up. Welcome to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching me spruce up a few pages in my sketchbook and listening to me yap about my characters for, I don't know how long this video is, but editing Chris will tell me what it is later. Anyways, hope you're having a good night, day, you know, wherever you're from, and I hope you have a good week, a good day, a good, I don't know when you're watching this, but I hope you have a great whatever. And I will see you all in the next episode of this, or whenever I upload again, which I hope I can upload in March. That'd be nice, you know. Hope you had a good month, you know, February. Black History!